From the top of a pillar of height 20 meters, the angles of elevation and depression of the top and bottom of another pillar are 30 degrees and 45 degrees respectively. The height of the second pillar is, right? What is the height of the second pillar is the question here. All right. Now, the point that we'll have to note here is, see, there is a traditional way of solving this question. Let me first show you the traditional method of solving the question, and then we'll see if there is a smarter way of getting the answer. See, from the top of a pillar of height 20 meters. So there is one pillar of height 20 meters. Let's say this is the ground, right? And this is the pillar of height 20 meters. This height here is 20. Okay. From this top, you're trying to observe the top and bottom of another pillar. And the angles of elevation and depression are given to us, right? Angle of elevation is 30 degrees and the angle of depression is 45 degrees. So let's say there's one more pillar. So it is obvious that the other pillar is taller. Only then you'll have angles of elevation and depression, right? If it is same as this pillar, there won't be any angle of elevation, right? They'll be in straight line. But there is an angle of elevation of 30 degrees. So clearly the other pillar is taller. I hope all of you are getting this point. So this is the second pillar. Right, this is the second pillar here. This is the point, let's see. So if you observe from the top of this pillar, let me draw a horizontal line here for the sake of reference. So you're observing the top of this pillar. Angle of elevation is how much? 30. This is 30 degrees. And you're observing the bottom of this pillar. What is the bottom of this pillar? Angle of depression, 45 degrees. Now let us mark some points. Basically, it's all about again considering two triangles and two trigonometric ratios. But for us, for the sake of clarity, let's put some points. So let's say this is G, this is G dash, this is pillar 1. So let's take it as P and this top as P dash. And let's say this point here is H, some point H. Okay. Now if you understand, since PG is 20, HD dash or HG dash will also be 20. Right? This length will also be 20. This height will also be 20. Because they are parallel, right? They are parallel and between same lines, same two parallel lines. So this is 20, this also will be 20. Let us assume the remaining height is H dash, H. This is H. You're able to follow? In the second pillar, half is 20, I mean some part is 20 and then there is an extra height. Alright? So what do we do? Observe this triangle. Which triangle? P, P dash H. P, P dash. Look at the triangle P, P dash H. Triangle P, P dash H. Right? What do we get here in triangle P, P dash H? So basically we are looking at the top triangle. I can say tan 30. See, in the exam you will not write tan 30. In the exam you will directly write 1 by root 3. Right? But for the sake of explanation, I'm just putting it. Tan 30 equals to H by what is this dotted line length? PH. See, PH will be equal to GG dash. You're able to follow? PH will be equal to GG dash. Because these are like parallel, right? Like we said, PG is equal to HG dash is equal to 20. This is one point which you've already noted. The second point is PH will be equal to GV. Because this is like a rectangle, right? If you observe, this is like a rectangle. So opposite sides have to be equal. So PH is equal to GG dash. So let us say tan 30 equals to this height H by PH or PG. Sorry, PH. Getting it? Tan 30, this angle, tan 30 is equal to opposite side is H divided by PH. Right? So we can say the height H is equal to PH into tan 30. Right? How much is tan 30? 1 by root 3. That is equation number 1, let's say. Now consider the other triangle. Which is the other triangle? Triangle P. Which one shall we consider? Yeah. We'll consider the triangle PH and G dash. PH and G dash. In this, what do you see? Tan 45 degrees, right? The bottom triangle, tan 45. What is tan 45? Opposite by adjacent again, right? Opposite side is 20. We know this value, right? Opposite side is 20. Adjacent is how much? Same PH. So now we can say PH. How much is PH? PH here is equal to 20 by tan 45. 20 by tan 45 is 1. Getting it? Tan 45 is 1. So we can say PH is equal to 20. This is equation number 2. Now substitute this pH equals to 20 in the previous equation. So what do we get? We get H is equal to 20 into 1 by root 3. So basically 20 by root 3. But is that our answer? 20 by root 3 our answer? No, do not mark 20 by root 3. This is wrong. Because he's asking us to find out the height of second pillar. What will be the height of second pillar? This entire height. Right? Second pillar is P dash G dash, right? So the final answer, second pillar's height will be P dash G dash, which is equal to, see, this is 20 plus H, 20 plus H, 20 plus H. H has been calculated as 20 by root 3. So 20 plus 20 by root 3. So if you take, let's say, root 3 as LCM, 20 root 3 plus 20 by root 3. Or if you take 20 common, 20 by root 3 as common, what do we get? Root 3 plus 1. So that's your answer, option 2. Are you getting it? Option 2, 20 by root 3 into root 3 plus 1. Basically, we are taking 20 common and by root 3 common. So by root 3 means this has to be multiplied by root 3. So root 3 plus 1. So 20 by root 3 into root 3 plus 1, option 2 is the correct answer. Are you able to follow? If you assume that second pillar is of the same height, then there won't be any angle of elevation. I hope you have understood that point as well. See, if both the pillars are of same height, there won't be any angle of elevation. Let's say this is one pillar, this is second pillar. Both are of same height from the ground. So will there be any angle of elevation? No, these are of the same height, right? So you are looking straight, angle of elevation will be 0. There will be an angle of depression, definitely, but angle of elevation will be 0, right? So it cannot be of same height. That's the point. Are you able to follow? Now let us see what else could have been done. Of course, the answer is option 2, 20 by root 3 into root 3 plus 1, right? Hope all of you have followed this. Now, what else could have been done? See, without putting pen on paper, the simple point that you need to understand is, we know that the second pillar is longer. The height of second pillar is more than the height of first pillar. And the height of first pillar is given as 20. So definitely the answer has to be greater than 20. Yes or no? Answer has to be greater than 20. Look at fourth option. Can fourth option be the answer? No. 20 by root 3 will be less than 20. Yes or no? 20 by root 3 is less than 20. Root 3 is how much? 1.7, 1.732 approximately. So 20 by 1.7 will be definitely less than 20. This will come out to be less than 20. Hence, this cannot be the answer. Cancel. Look at first option. Can first option be the answer? This 20 by root 3 is already less than 20. That less than 20 is being multiplied by root 3 minus 1. See, root 3 is 1.7. 1.7 minus 1, 0.7. So 20 by root 3 is less than 20. That less than 20 value is being multiplied by 0.7. It will become even lesser than 20. Even much more lesser than 20. So this is also lesser than 20. Can this be the answer? No. First option also cannot be the answer. Since second pillar is taller, so option 1 and option 4 are not possible. The only possible answers are option 2 or option 3. Yes, option 3 is greater than 20, right? We are multiplying 20 by 1.7, 1.732. So that comes out to be greater than 20. Look at option 2. 20 by root 3 will be less than 20, definitely. But this again is being multiplied by root 3 plus 1. Are you able to follow? Root 3 here is 1.7, 1.7 plus 1, 2.7. So basically, if you see 20 is as it is, the numerator is root 3 plus 1, denominator is root 3. So numerator is more than the denominator. So obviously this value will be more than 20. You're getting it? Don't say that this will be less than 20. Don't say that option 2 will be less than 20, because here 20 is being multiplied by a numerator and then there is a denominator. The numerator is root 3 plus 1 and denominator is root 3. So definitely numerator is greater than denominator. Root 3 plus 1 is greater than root 3. So since numerator is more than denominator, the multiplication will result in a value which is more than 20. So option 2 and option 3 are possible. I don't say that this will give you the final answer, but the point is at least 2 of the options can be eliminated just by this observation. Now, if you are lucky, let's say even one of the remaining 2 options gets eliminated in a similar fashion, then why do we have to do all this drama here? No need to put pen on paper. You can directly mark the answer as either option 2 or option 3. But anyway, since 2 of the options are left out, we'll have to complete the solution. Now, my question to all of you is, how many of you had got this idea? See, I know this idea will not help you arrive at the final answer. You'll have to do the complete solution. But the question that arises is, did this strike you that option 1 and option 4 are wrong? So it is very important that you get such ideas. Only when you start getting such ideas, I would say you should be, you should start feeling confident that. See, whether it gives you the final answer or not is a secondary. I mean, that's a different story. But are we really thinking in the right direction? Are you really thinking in a smart way? Is your approach of that kind? If you simply start working on paper every time, means what? You are like any other student there, and the competition is huge. Getting it? If you're really lucky, one more option gets eliminated, I would be like, wow, 1 or maybe like 5-6 seconds, you know what the correct answer is. See, explanation always takes more time, but when you do it yourself, it doesn't take so much time. And if you compare the traditional method that we have followed here with the smart method that I have explained you, you can understand which takes lesser time. You have to start thinking in a different way, right? Start thinking out of the box. It's not tan theta, cos theta, sin theta always. Right? And this should happen while you're reading the question. It's not that you'll have to sit and analyze there. That is there a shortcut? Is there a smart way? Can I do something with the options? No, it's not that. If you start thinking that way, again, you end up wasting a lot of time. Then the smart method will also become like a traditional method, because time taken is anyway the same. By the time you finish reading the question, it should strike you that, oh, yes, this can be verified. And check. All right, so that was the point that I wanted to make. Anyway, you'll have to complete the solution the way I've shown it here to mark the answer.